Hello.
Hilton, how are you doing?
Morning, John. How are you?
I'm sensational. How about yourself?
You're looking very sleek there, my friend.
Looking very bold.
Oh, he's sleek. Look at that. He's just got no wind resistance. He's going to travel twice as fast this year. Good on you, John. Looks good.
Afternoon, Ben. How you doing?
Hi, John. Hi, John. If you want me to have video, I can use the laptop for that. I've realised you both got video. Is it better if I do?
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference really.
All right, I'll leave it. No, just because I use the notebook for that, but I'd rather be on the desktop.
All good. All good.
Thanks.
All right. Hey, thank you both for your patience on this. I've decided, just because the guys are having quite a challenge selecting the winner, that we've got about a dozen people that they're trying to make a decision on. And when you read the application, I can see why they're having an issue. They're freaking ridiculous applications, and the guys have got like ridiculous businesses. So basically, we're going to take those guys out of our second place announcements, and basically go to those guys right now and talk to them and say, hey, we've shortlisted you as one of the second places. Knowing that one of the 12 are going to win that, and then obviously one of those 12 will be the one winner, and those other 11 will fall into the second places. But before we get going, let's do a little intro, because Glenn, this is the first time we're chatting, and Hilton is just joining this campaign as well. He's just been on a campaign with a guy named Daniel Aaron, who's got the second biggest yoga studio in Bali. So let's start just by a quick intro. Glenn, do you want to do a quick intro for us? A little bit about you, a bit about your background, and likewise, Hilton.
Yep, sure.
Glenn, you're on mute at the moment, just so you know. All right. Glenn, are you there? Oh, yeah, you just a moment. There we go.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I can unmute you. So Glenn, do you just give us a quick background, you've obviously given me a little bit, but just so you and Hilton are a little bit more aligned with who you...
Yep, okay. Okay, my name is Glenn Corbin, and my background has been in hospitality and fashion, shared trading. In 2014, I got into coaching, so I've been doing some cold calling with my brother, and so that's my experience so far. So this is the new opportunity for me, so I'm looking forward to this in sales to grow and improve. So basically, I'm setting myself up as a coach, life coach, so that's in the development process. Yeah, pretty much that's my background. So hospitality and fashion and sales and shared trading. Had a restaurant for 10 years, pretty much hands-on for the whole 10 years. So yeah, that's my background.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, Glenn. I'm Hilton. I live in Bali, and I have been involved in sales for 40 odd years, and some of it over the phone, some of it face to face. and done some projects with John in the past. Loved working with him, and when this opportunity came up, just wanted to grab hold of it. I know Dave and Mike's work is very good value. So, yep, want to be part of it. And I think it's something we can, if we get onto it really quickly, we should have a good crack at it. And there's some good business to be done there. So there you go.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, briefly, I got into it through my sister, who's had, who knows John quite well, I believe. So, yeah, that's a good opportunity for me as well.
Good, great.
Excellent. Well, just to kind of give you a framework, Glenn, probably not so much yourself, because you've seen the structure of the competitions pretty well. But just to give you a bit of a framework, Glenn. Number one, these aren't cold calls. Everybody who is here has put an application in. You'll get to read those applications, which is awesome. You'll get to see what level these guys are enrolled in actually coming to do this program.
Right.
And basically, our job, as much as we're sales agents, right now we're part of the qualification panel.
Right.
Your job as a qualifier for the panel is to qualify if they even qualify for a second prize. And if they do, then as you know, your authority is then to offer them that second prize. So that's how we frame that up. So literally, when the email goes out, and I've just sent you a copy of the email that's about to go out, that comes from Mike Hancock, and it says exactly that. Did you see that email, Hilton? I said it. So it looks like your details in Infusionsoft are all a Delhi water. So it was a bit.
Oh, okay.
That's right. So I'll read the email for you so you can just get to see what it says.
Yeah.
Mike Hancock. And the title of it is Further to Your Entrepreneur X Factor Application. You know, their first name, Hilton Glenn. Hi, Hilton. Hi, Glenn. I wanted to quickly reach out to congratulate you for putting in a brilliant application. Now, obviously, this is only going to people who have brilliant applications.
Yep.
The panel have shortlisted you as one of the potential winners. However, we need to confirm a few things and have a conversation before making a final decision, as a lot is up for grabs here. To make it really easy for you, simply email, and this will add your names in there. It will either say Hilton or it will say Glenn, because it's going out, and I'll be assigning all the people to you. So simply email Hilton or Glenn it has your email address there, and give him a couple of dates and times that would be best for you to connect and do the final assessment. If you use Skype, then you can add Glenn Hilton to your contacts with the Skype address. And I need both of your Skype addresses just to pop into there. Myself and the team are hoping that you will be one of the few who join us in Bali as one of the winners in the competition. Again, my sincere congratulations on getting into the final few, Mike Hancock. So that's the email. So that's the framework of how we go into this conversation. Does that make sense, by the way? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, the primary conversation then is, and this really, you know, from perspective of where you're sitting, this is not even about a sales call. This is an assessment call. So you're the one. You are definitely the person in the seat of power that's going through the. You know, it's you're interviewing them. You're making sure that they fit the criteria for X Factor, and basically some of those criteria will be, number one, are they available to come to Bali? Number two, do they have the funds to make it to Bali, or can we work out a payment plan to help them get there? We've already assessed their business application. We believe that they are, so you don't have to worry too much about that, even though you can have that as part of your conversation anyway, because that's obviously what's going to help them get into their primary objective of getting there, and helping them get to that point of, you know, what is this going to mean to you? What is this going to mean to your business? What's this going to mean to your income, your wealth, your family that you have? So like getting them into that place of purpose in the call is going to be really important for you to do that. But your assessment really is from here is it, are they financially able to do it, or can we work out a plan? Or, do they, they put the application in, but I don't know if the dates were in the application. So, we've got to confirm that they are available.
Right.
Cool. So then what I wanted to just talk to you about, and as we go through this, basically I'm going to share my screen and show you how this works.
John, could I just butt in for a tick? Yeah, thanks, mate. So the announcement of the winner is going to be when?
The announcement of the winner is going to be when we're ready. Like when I get the heads up from the guys to go, yeah, we're in, we've got it. This is the winner. So it might be later this week. Sure. It might be today.
Okay. So basically, once we've spoken to these 12 odd guys who are in the shortlist, this is then. They then basically then become the finalists, yeah? Because at this stage, they're kind of like, well, we want you, but we want to know that you're available. We want to know that, if you have access to the funds and you have time, then we can say, okay, you're one of the ones who we're going to pick out of the hat or some such.
Well, essentially, there's 12 people that Mike, Dave, and Landy, that are assessing. There's 12 people are not in this list. It's the other 60 that we've shortlisted for second place.
Yes.
Who we're going to be reaching out to sort of 10, 15 at a time.
Yep.
And essentially our role is to have the conversations and to basically either award or pass on that award to the next person. Now, that's the language we use. So,
okay.
So the conversation we're having, hey, Hilton, it doesn't look like this is the right opportunity for you right now. It doesn't look like you actually qualify for one of these places given X, Y, or Z. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the applicant, I'm going to pass on to the next person in my waiting list that I have here with me now that I'm going to be reaching out to. I hope that, hope that's okay with you. Otherwise, is there another way we can serve you in this? Or, yes, by the way, I've also got a couple of other great, which is the Drop Cell. I've got 2 other programs that I can really help you move yourself forward and get yourself moving towards the goals that you have. And it's the HZ of entrepreneurship. It's all online. You don't have to leave your house. It's valued at $1,500, and I've got $1,000 I can put towards that for you. Making that just $495, full lifetime access to that, which is
okay.
Yeah, so you can do that as a drop cell. You can do one of their other programs as a drop cell. I'll go through the drop cells in a moment.
Yeah, good. Okay, sorry, I probably jumped ahead a little. Thanks.
So at some stage we'll know who the one winner is out of those 12, and then those other 11 will fall into the same process with the guys.
Right. Okay.
All right. Glenn, it looks like you're pretty cold on where you're at. Got a beanie on. Hold on. We've got to unmute you. There we go. Go for it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I think just with both of those on, Glenn, I think we're short on bandwidth for you. You're breaking up quite a bit, so.
Oh, okay. I'll get the other one off.
Yeah, don't worry about the video. That's all good. Yep. All right. So.
Did I get rid of that?
Yeah. Just close one of them. That's fine. Whichever one.
I think I have. Yep. Sorry, I was just leaving it open in case this didn't work.
I think he's on the loop.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you've seen the master doc so far. I've shared that with you. I saw that you guys were in there. I'm just going to look over here to my left on my screen because I've got my big screen up on the left here. I'm not ignoring you. You're right there. So the master doc, I've done most of the update on that, so that you can see what that's all, basically the base sales pitch of this. I am obviously updating more of it now, but it's pretty close to there, just from an understanding of what's on offer and what's first prize, what's second prize. So let's go through that, so that you're clear exactly what this is, and therefore you can speak very powerfully on it as well. You both have listened to the conversation that Mike has sent you, the audio recording, right?
Yes, I have.
Right. And I think, Glenn, you've done that as well, yeah?
And John, are you sharing screen at the moment, or
No.
I don't see that? Okay.
No, I'm not sharing the screen just yet. So jump into the master doc. Have you got the link there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll share the screen when it comes to the Infusionsoft stuff. So I can show you how it all kind of comes together. I can see Kenny's in. You in there yet, Hilton?
Yep, I am.
Right.
Yeah, I'm there.
Fabulous. Okay. So basically, I'm still actually trying to find the X Factor link for you, but just to kind of give you a little heads up, and this is, I think Mike said this in his audio recording, that basically they've decided to package in MBA Bali and X Factor together.
Yes.
For the X Factor guys. Now,
Yep.
the MBA Bali, they were going to invite the MBA Bali guys as a bonus upgrade or opportunity to stay for the extra days for X Factor. So hence they went, well, if people come for X Factor, we may as well give them opportunity just to be there for the Bali MBA as well. So they're able to do that both ways, which is great. There's no difference in price if people take it or not. So at the end of the day, if they go, I just want to come for X Factor, then they just come for X Factor. That's fine. But the MBA now is packaged in for them, and so they got a whole bunch of extra value and time that they can be there with Mike and Dave, and be meeting a whole bunch of other people from the MBA Bali who are coming as well. So that's a pretty cool addition. Very, and I say a late addition because that wasn't part of the initial application and the initial offer as part of the competition. So this is going to be a bit of a surprise for them. So what I've also done is I've just emailed you both an email that gives you a whole bunch of detail on the MBA Bali. So it's a wholesale document on MBA Bali. And that, I don't know if that's come out of that link or not. That's what we put together for MBA Bali, because we've sold that before. And as part of the previous campaign we did, which was the Soul Journeys for these guys.
So, John, can I ask, those 12 people that are the initial ones, are they yet aware that the MBA is part of the X Factor thing, or is this is going to be an announcement basically we're going to make to them, or Dave's going to make to them?
No one's aware of it, is the answer.
Beautiful.
Yet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
This is your opportunity to make them aware of that.
Yeah.
This is all part of you being able to have that conversation and go, by the way, as an absolute, like a ridiculous extra special bonus, we've decided to package in with you the entire MBA Bali program, which means that you get to go with these guys. And MBA Bali is guys who are at a different level in their business. And it's part of a coaching, long-term 12-month coaching program that Mike and Dave run. So they're going to get to actually connect with a bunch of their coaching clients as part of this, which is really awesome. So when they told me that, I thought that was just the bomb. So that's the opportunity to kind of, give you guys an extra bit of clout to the conversation.
Absolutely, yeah, great.
Excellent. I've got a link in there for the A to Z of entrepreneurship, which both part of their package and their winning their prize, as well as a downsell. So we can downsell to the A to Z. If you'd like to see that program, I can get access to the membership system, so you can actually go have a little look around from a perspective of seeing how in depth this program is. It's really, really in depth. It's very, very beautifully presented. The videos are freaking right up there, and each step of the process is, really, really nicely thought out and presented. So it's one of the nice.
Lovely. Yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. Yep. Thank you.
Cool. I think I had that here. It's pretty close. So let me just make a note of that. Send access link. Cool. Cool. All right. So before we get to the script, let's get to the offer. So basically, what we have the 3-day, 4-night Entrepreneur X Factor event. We've added now the extra bonus, which is the 5-day MBA Bali. It actually makes the whole thing, I believe, 7 days rather than a whole bunch more, because they're now integrating just one of the days in between them. So I believe it's. I need to probably listen to that recording from Mike again. Do you guys remember exactly how many days it was with the two together?
I thought it was 3 on each, actually. I thought it was 3 and 3.
Gotcha.
Maybe mistaken, but I don't have my notes in front of me here.
Okay, so maybe maybe the MBA Bali is 3 days, is it? Right. So I'll double check that those exact details there. I'm waiting for Mike to come online. But that's all good. We'll get the exact number of days, but essentially it includes those.
Yeah, I've got here. Because he talked about because he liked their pitch so much, he offered you to join with the current A-list clients for another 3 days totally on them. So not just 3 days in Bali, a total of 6 days.
Oh, okay. So it's not the whole MBA Bali then. So I think he's probably then adding them to the last 3 days of the MBA Bali. That's
you might get clarification, but that's certainly what he put on his training video. Okay,
cool. Well, for us in this conversation, there's nothing more to talk about other than saying you've been added to having additional 3 days as part of the MBA Bali program, which is the A-class clients. And you don't have to tell them if it's 5 days or whatever else. They get added with an additional 3 days of that. Now, that's all it's paid. That's their accommodation, that's their food and everything else, as well as obviously tuition. So that's a pretty neat little addition to go there. Right.
I reckon.
So you get that, the A to Z of entrepreneurship. Basically, they get access the moment they put down a deposit or any payment towards us. They will get access straight away to that A to Z of entrepreneurship. So that's part of us getting them up and going and up to speed for the journey they're about to go on in Bali. So it gives them almost 2.5 months to kind of get themselves, educated, to the base level content that Mike and Dave present. And they, it's part of their prerequisites. You've got to go through the whole age of entrepreneurship, or don't even show up, because it's pointless, because you're going to miss a whole bunch of the language and the conversation, because this is core content. So they're getting all this core content, obviously, as pre-homework for them to do before they go. And of course, it's an extraordinary program that's been written. Yep.
Right.
Cool. So they're going to get that immediately. They also get one-on-one mentoring with all the different mentors. So that is with Mike, with Dave, and with Landy. Each one of those one-on-one conversations is worth $2,000 each, hence the altogether $6,000. They're pretty epic one-on-one sessions that they'll have, and a lot of it's going to be to do with them getting out of their way, them living from source, living on purpose, playing the bigger game, finding creatively what that big game might even look like. A lot of that sort of stuff that really helps them get into not only belief in what's possible, but also sit in the future of what that looks like. That's inspiring for them. So that's part of this whole conversation. When you see some of the examples of the people who've come through X Factor, and you hear that what their language is and what they've then done since X Factor, you get that something shifted big time, and or they connected it with a much bigger business purpose and business idea. So, and they've rolled that out, and they've done that extraordinarily well. So we've got dozens and dozens of these testimonials. They are pretty amazing. I've just watched a few of them. And of course, all of the books, the X Factor books that they publish, are all those success stories, all published in there. Yeah. I can get you one of those PDFs as well if you want one of the X Factor books.
Yeah, certainly do. Yeah, too right. Just jotting that down to ask you for that. So, yeah. Thank you.
And that'll be nice just to kind of read maybe one or two stories in there and just have some references to people that you can talk about.
Yep.
All right. So that's essentially the entire program, all the award and everything else. And then obviously first place person, the one person who gets first place gets all of that for free. They've just got to get themselves to Bali. And the second place people who we're shortlisting get essentially, so that works out to be $12,495 of value. That was excluding the MBA part that's just been thrown in. So essentially, we've just added another, $3,000 or $4,000 on there. But essentially, the $12,495, the cash award is $2,500 that they can apply straight away, and all the additional bonuses they get for free. So that's $7,500 of additional bonuses. So if you have a look on what page am I here? Page 2, about halfway down, it says X Factor and bonuses. Highlighted that. I'll just put it in a blue or something like that, so you can see that. That's actually what they're getting. They're getting $12,495 worth of value, plus they're getting now this additional, ability to tap into the whole MBA program as well. They can apply the cash award of $2,500, and then they get all of those additional bonuses that I've just gone through here, the A to Z. That worth $7,000. So they're only paying $2,495. It's like it's a ridiculous deal. So
sure is. Okay.
So where are we talking? Where are we talking about now? Is this the barley one?
So this
Hello?
is all barley.
All barley. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm confused with the Soul Journey. Are we selling that one or not at all?
No. Have you seen the update of that master doc?
The one you just sent through an email?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, I'll check that now.
Yeah. So you're on the page at the moment, Glenn.
Yep.
This is the page here. I'm just going to put this into the conversation here, chat. This is the page that we're on. I can see you've actually logged in. I'll just put that in the chat window in Zoom. But yeah, that's the document. It's the master document of Entrepreneur X Factor MBA Bali. What that used to say, Soul Journeys.
Used to say Soul Journeys. All right, just let me sort this one out.
Yeah. So that was just a little mistake to send you the document before. It was totally
okay, because I was totally confused all weekend. Okay, now I'm getting on track. So we're not selling Egypt at all or Soul Journey. We're not selling that. It's just Bali.
We sold that in February.
Okay, thanks. My apologies. That totally confused me all weekend. So I was studying that one and I didn't have anything on Bali. Sorry.
That's all good. That's all good. So
all right. My apologies, guys. I've missed
No,
the
not at
boat
all.
there.
Yeah.
good. It's perfect. So we're all in this, really just looking at this today and going, okay, so what's the entire package? So
It sounds like when I was at school and I studied all weekend for a French exam and found out on Monday morning it was actually mathematics. So is that
I'm not the only one then. I did actually ask Mina for the Bali information. I said, all I have is Soul Journey. Can you send me Bali? But it was probably too late. Yeah.
all good.
Okay, so we'll cool.
And really that's just because I've only just updated all of this for you. So just, can you see where I'm at?
So how do I, yeah.
On page, are you on this document here now, Glenn?
I'm not sure where to go to look for this. Sorry, I'm just a bit confused with this stuff.
Oh, okay, just
have I got to get into Infusionsoft or is it
it's a Google Doc.
the Google Docs? Yep.
So the one that I've just, in the Zoom conversation that we're having here, if you have a look at the little thing that says chat, little icon down there.
Yep.
Chat. Click on that chat and you'll see I'll put a link in there for you.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Let me know when you're in.
Pretty awesome price, John.
I think so.
$2,500. I mean, just going for a holiday to Bali for $2,500 with accommodation and meals has got to be pretty good value. Without spending any time with Dave and Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Have you found?
All right, I think I'm well and truly in. Yep.
Right.
Okay, updating this stock at the moment. That's the one, isn't it?
That's the one. That's where
Yep, thanks, John. Yep, thanks, guys. Sorry.
Well, good. Come down to page 2. You'll see, I'm just talking about the X Factor and what's actually on offer here, that stuff in the blue. And then just above that is the actual description of that.
Okay.
All right, so detailed second place prize. So essentially that's what you're talking about. Everything that's over there. Detailed second place prize on page 2. And then the way that we break down the money side is like that. You know, it's on the actual Entrepreneur X Factor page that it was shown at $12,495 worth of value. You know, the total, I'm going to put cash. cash award towards that is $2,500. All the additional bonuses are obviously free bonuses, so that's $7,500 of the bonuses. So actual investment is $2,495 US for those. By the sounds of things, 6 days. Is that right? 5 to 6 days.
Well,
somewhere there.
6 days so far from the notes. Yep.
Yeah. Which is on any international standard for a full accommodation and meal program. That's about 50% of just the basic industry standard for programs like this. Right? Like usually you'd pay $1,000 per day, where you'll get your food, your accommodation, and the program included. So essentially, this one, industry standards, is half that price. Plus, they're getting all these other things that they've thrown in as well. So that's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So we do have a couple of drop sales in here. One is the Circle of Excellence Bonds membership. And essentially what I'm going to do, before you don't worry about even going there until we've had the conversation with Mike on what that is. But he needs to probably explain that to you better, but he's put that in there for you, but he has an explanation of what it is. And then obviously the other one, which you do know, which is the HZ on Entrepreneurship, and that's what it is there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to give you access to that membership so you can physically go and see it yourself.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
So
Circle of Excellence.
Circle of Excellence. Yeah. Get us some info on Circle of Excellence would be great.
I was looking for that on the weekend too.
Okay.
So the Circle of Excellence is their 12-month mentorship, or it's actually an ongoing mentorship, and they have people at different levels. So the bronze level is one of the more entry levels to them, and then they've got all the way up to platinum level where it's one-on-one, in the business with those people, and they end up taking potentially a shareholder in the business as well. So their Circle of Excellence, has different grades of where you start and where you may end up with them.
Okay.
So that's all part of their top end clients. All right. So what is X Factor? There kind of gives you a really basic overview of that. At the end of the day, it's not your job is not to go out there and try and sell X Factor as a program. Basically, your job is to assess, are these people available, and connect them into why this is going to be important for them to be there. And if they need a bit more detail, really the whole thing here is taking their business to the next level, so that they have a real clear identity, they have a clear differentiator, the X factor, of their industry, so that they stand out, and finally, that they are seen as the expert as a result of that, and that they're able to pitch that to any potential business or client as well as investor.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are really the big parts of this that you want to keep in the conversation if they were asking for. Just those three things is primarily what X Factor delivers, as well as personal insights and stuff like that.
Do you have the program you can send us, the daily program, what goes on daily?
I'm sure we
X Factor Valley.
Yeah, I was reading that earlier. So that, I think, is on one of the earlier emails you sent today, John. Glenn, it was all detailed day by day for the whole... No, sorry, I beg your pardon. It wasn't X Factor, was it? It was the MBA gave you all of that.
So, MBA, was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, now I'm...
Yeah, I've seen a link to the MBA, yeah.
Yeah.
Just if you have one for the X Factor would be great.
Yeah, I will have is the answer.
Okay.
We'll find out in a moment once we get into this. Okay.
Yep.
So we've got 70 applications. There are a handful of them that don't qualify for a second prize. So,
Right.
so let's say about 65 applications that do.
Yep.
Out of those 60, we're hoping to get a really high rate of conversation with us. Given that when you read these applications, you'll see that the guys have really put a lot of effort in to sell themselves.
Yep.
I think they're pretty enrolled in doing the program. So our hopes in that was that we would be converting at around about 20%. So that's of the whole lot. So somewhere between sort of 12 and up. So I've put in our target of 15 to 20, and you never know with these things on how many come across. The price point and stuff I get are all in the right place. They're at a number that's totally affordable. We're 3 months out. It means that they can make a 3-month payment plan in there. And you'll see the payment plan that I've worked out there for them. So there's lots here that says that we could actually have a higher conversion rate, but we don't know until we're in the conversations. So everything's been as well as we can to set them up for success, and obviously you guys up for success in this. So
right. Yeah.
That's what we're looking at right now. Payment plans, we have basically, if they can't make a full payment of $2,495, and again this is US dollars, so wherever they are in the world, of course it's US dollars because it was an international competition. If you're speaking to guys in Australia or New Zealand or Singapore, you might have to do a conversion on the fly to kind of give them a roundabout. But again, that's whatever the bank rate will be on the day with their bank. That's what their bank for it. So whatever that is, I think it's about 1.35, 1.34, somewhere there at the moment to the Aussie.
John, just then on the payment plan, 3 sevens of 21 plus your deposit makes it $2,600 that they would pay. So is that because it's a payment plan? There's that little extra built in as a fee?
Yeah, exactly right.
What you think? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So it's $100 basically built into that to look after the admin of that, and and of course for you guys, if they make anything less than that, if they make 1 payment or 2 payments, then there's nothing. We don't apply anything to that. So it's only on the 3 payment plan one do we actually add a little bit more, because obviously the longer these things go are pushed out, the more likely they are to have more challenges.
Yeah, that's minimal.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't even going to do it this time, but we just thought $100 would be fine. Okay. So I've got here closing date for accepting the award. In other words, during the conversation with them, you've gone, Glenn, it sounds like, for me, like you meet all of the criteria, love where you're coming from, love the conversation, you're good for the date, you've got the funds. I'd love to therefore award you with your second place prize. Congratulations. Next steps. So at that level there, if they're going, oh, John or Glenn or Hilton, hey, I just need to confirm something, or you need just for you guys to have a closing date. Current closing date for this is the 8th of October for them to make a decision. You're welcome to bring it forward to that on that if you want to give them a giddy up and say, hey, we want I need your decision by this Friday, which is whatever, because and the reason why you could do that is because you've got 15 people or 20 people that I'm going to assign to you as shortlisted for second prizes. And if somebody's just messing you around, then somebody else may actually lose out the opportunity. So you want to probably keep them pretty tight, but the actual full acceptance from us as the actual provider is the 8th of October. Now, between you and me and the gay post, if we get to the 8th of October and we haven't got through all of the applications and we've still got some really hot prospects that we'd like to stay on, then we can extend that just for those people, but not for
yeah. Okay, sure.
Cool. So I would always suggest, to the team, give them until like the end of that week. So the 30th of September, this Friday, I need your final decision, because I've got other people that I need to talk to, and I don't have much time between now and the closing date for this entire competition. So I want to make sure that I'm honoring you and I'm honoring them in this. So that's when on the 30th, if I haven't spoken to you by the 30th, then unfortunately I'll be passing on your potential. Well, in that case, when you're talking about this, you've already given them the prize, and you said you are, you fit the criteria. You're in. I'd love to offer you the second prize. Congratulations. So at that stage, if they're then pushing back or they need some time, then that's a conversation to have. You've got till the 30th. So
okay.
So let's just talk.
If they ask how many are attending, what should we say there?
I have no idea. I would suggest probably about 30 people. It's
okay.
Those types of events. It's pretty. They have plenty of time with each. They have to have enough time with each one of the panelists, or sorry, not the panelists, the mentors. So they keep it, I think, down to like 30, 40. I don't think it would be more than 40 people.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, John, when you're selling, with other programs where you're using this competition model, do you tell people that there are a number of second prizes? Like, do you say there are 25 second prizes, or do you say there are a number of second prizes, or do you just say, you've won second prize and not indicate that there are other people who've also won second prize?
You'll see on the actual competition page, it says a select number of $2,500 scholarships.
Lovely. Okay. And that select number is unidentified. That's fine.
Usually we actually have a number there. This was, Mike wanted to take the number off on this one. Yep. I'm okay with that. Yep. Usually it would be 20 to 25 people that we actually make available the second prize scholarships for that, for this kind of program. And hence why our targets are kind of in there as well, because that's the kind of number that we're looking at. Somewhere between 12 to 20 odd people would be fabulous to be in that range. Just after, just with a week's worth of conversations, a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of conversation maximum.
Okay.
The big thing here is to make sure that your conversations are nice and tight, and you're able to get through them within sort of 20 minutes, and at a stretch 30 minutes. If you find you're into 40, 50 or 60-minute conversations, then you're waffling and you're not getting to the point, and you're not staying on point with them. And what happens is you actually end up having a nice conversation and letting them off the hook, and letting them of the energy of what's here, which is a competition that they potentially won. So keep it all on, keep it really nice and tight. Keep them from going off on tangents and having conversations. Also, help them to make a decision without having to know a huge amount of information. At the end of the day, there's enough information on the competition page for them to know everything that they need to know about the program.
Beautiful. Yep.
Actually, on the competition page, I've just realized that I'm pretty sure we've got all of the, there we go. So on the competition page, I'll just put that in the conversation here. The World Chat. So just in there, if you haven't looked at, I'm sure you would have looked at that page already. That was the actual competition page that they entered. Just below the actual entry form, you'll see a thing about the mentors, and you'll actually see what you can win by entering the competition. So there's the guaranteed participation thing, and then it tells you about the 3-day adventure, all the different things. First day 0 is participant mentoring, welcome dinner. Then day 1 is strategy redesign in the morning and advanced strategy in the afternoon. So you've got the 3 days actually broken down in there.
Where is that, John?
On the link that I've just put into Zoom in the chat there, if you click on that, it says rockyourlife.clickfunnels.com/opt-in.
Yep.
So just click on that. That's the actual entry form. That's the entry page that they went to put their application into. Have you seen that?
I hadn't seen it previously. I've been scratching around for it. So, and then all of a sudden I heard Mike giving his pitch, and I went into it. So that's so good.
Okay, so this is the actual page that they came to. And then there's a nice little video you can have a listen to a bit later from Mike. And then, it tells you about the location, the program, the opportunity, redesign, launch the business in 2017. And then it tells you what the two, the first prize and second prize is. Those two big blocks. And then basically they put the application in that big form that you would see there.
Yep.
And below that form is all the information about Mike, Dave, and Landy. And then information about, you're asking what they do on each day. They don't give much more information about stuff like this because obviously there's stuff that they don't want to say too much about. Because as you would imagine, it's not all business. There's a lot of serious transformational work being done at the same time.
Sure.
So that kind of gives you the whole breakdown. There's a whole thing on entrepreneurship. Have a listen to those videos at the bottom. Richard Hardiman is a guy who developed out of X Factor an idea that he had for cleaning up plastic out of harbors, and now does that and has this massive freaking business doing that all around the world.
Yeah, I listened to that earlier. Yeah.
So that's probably the best. That's the best page, just to kind of get a really good sense of what they entered, what they read about, and there's enough information for them to have made a decision to even put an application. So you don't need to convince them that the program's good. They put an application in.
All right. Okay.
So
out of the people that you're going to be sending us as our contacts, you're going to be sending us copies of their applications, so we can check that before we contact them.
Yeah, well, you'll see all of their details in there. I'm going to show you how to access all that in a moment.
All right.
Yep. Okay. So now that's pretty much the main document. Now, what I thought I'd do is just quickly just ask you, Hilton. You had to listen to Mike's video.
Yes, I did.
You said you came up with a nice script and flow that you'd love to kind of work with.
Yeah.
Really great for us just to record that. Have you done that in a Word document or something like that, or have you got paper?
No, I haven't. I haven't, John. I've not. I don't have it in a written format at all. I've just given thought to the conversation and how I would be in leading it, because obviously the whole point is to lead that conversation. My my thoughts on it were just this. If I can just quickly give it to you, was that people normally will go, I'm too busy, I don't have enough money, I have to check with my wife, I don't have time. And so those are the perfect answers for them to give us in doing this this conversation or this pitch to them, because if they, if they've got enough time and they've got enough money and they're doing wonderfully well, maybe they don't need us. But the fact is that if they haven't got time and they haven't got money, then they probably haven't got a really good business. And so I think the thing is to go right back, is to get them to step back a little bit and go, well, how long have you been in business? Well, we've had it for 2 years. Okay, well, I guess the idea 2 years ago was that you're going to give yourself freedom financially and time-wise. How's that working out for you? Sounds as if that's not working. So then that really becomes the reason that it's essential that you haven't got time, so you've got to somehow make time. You haven't got money, you've somehow got to borrow the money.
Yeah.
Because once you get here, you then can put those things in place, because where you were 2 years ago when you were thinking about the business hasn't worked out because you haven't been using the correct strategy. And the whole point of this program is to give you that strategy so that you can move forward and get those goals that you desire. So it was purely just coming from there.
Perfect. And that
Sounds
was
great.
And that essentially comes off the back of a conversation where you're saying, and now you've read the application, you've on the phone, you said, hey, hi Hilton, hi Glenn, great to be connecting with you. I'm Glenn from the Entrepreneur X Factor evaluation panel, and my job today is to see if there's a fit, number one, with you, and if this is right for you, then my opportunity or your opportunity is that I invite you into the program. But before we get to that, I just want to say congratulations for getting this far. Your application has definitely caught our eye. We think it's absolutely brilliant. And I just wanted to just hear a bit more from you. I just want to get a real sense of, why did you enter the competition? What did you see in it for you? And what would you love to achieve by doing the program with Mike, Landy, and Jack? Like, that's the framing of that whole start.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I'm recording this, by the way, so I can also give that back to you. But that's essentially what the sales script I would start with for you, because then that gets them talking. The moment they start talking, then you guys are straight away in listening mode, taking notes about whatever you want to take notes about as they're going through that, because there's some things that you might want to then refer back to them with, because essentially the entire sales conversation is let them speak.
Yes.
Tell you everything about where they want to be. Hear them by feeding that information straight back to them and say, so what I heard was da 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 da. Yeah. Is that true? Is that true for you? Is that what's happening here? And they go, yeah, absolutely. So now they've been heard, which is absolutely perfect. So that gets a beautiful tick. And then what you want to do is then bring them back to, so what's happening now? So where things right now? What's happening with the business? Give me a little bit of history. How long have you been running the business? Exactly where you're coming from there, Hilton. That's where that comes in.
Yes.
And then you can work in that space of, okay, so things are there. Clearly you want to be up here. Yeah, let's tune into that again. Yes, that's definitely where you want to be. Okay, this program is definitely a program that's going to help you get there. By far, without any doubt, it's going to help you really elevate your business, elevate your pitch, elevate who you are in your industry, in your niche, and help you really become, an absolute authority and icon in there, so that the business ends up flowing to you far, far quicker, far more effortlessly, and you start doing business with the people that you truly want to do, because they're now seeing your message, your messages in front of the eyeballs of the people that you truly want to have it in front of. Let's just check in and see if we can get you there. So the dates are the program, as you know, you've got a $2,500 cash award. You get $7,500 value, as well as one thing I just want to add to this is that Mike and Dave are additionally offering, or as an additional bonus, would love to invite you into 3 days with their MBA Bali coaching clients. That was wasn't even available in the competition. However, because of the level of the applications coming in, they really felt that your application was at that standard for you to be mixing with these guys, with their private clients. So you've now got an additional 3 days worth of MBA Bali education, and as well as then that driving into the X Factor. So all of that, which would usually cost probably 4 or 5 times what's now available in scholarship from them, is now available to you for 2,495, and all expenses paid once you get to Bali. And I say all expenses paid, all of your accommodation and food paid during the program once you get to Bali. So if that sounds great to you, then let's talk about getting you there. Let's take you through the process, because it sounds to me that that this is everything's aligned, everything's lining up for you to be here. So like that's where you want to kind of lead that conversation. How does that feel, by the way?
For me, that's great. Yeah, that's exactly the way we need to do it. Yep, Glenn?
Yep, that sounds good. I'll be looking forward to listening to it again.
Mm-hmm.
The other question was, what if they don't want to do the MBA? Would that be likely?
They could do if they don't have the time. That would be the only reason why they wouldn't do it. I don't have the time to.
Yep.
3 days early, I've got, I'm getting married. Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So
the other thing is, would any of them ask if what the cost would be if they were to bring a wife or a partner? Does that happen in these events?
Yes, it does. It does. Great question. Basically, that's just an accommodation and food addition to that. But yeah, that's a great question, and I just realized that we don't have that in there. We usually do. Okay, so let me just pop that into the master doc for you. It's always a great conversation. So there's going to be two parts of this. Bring a partner to stay, or bring a partner to attend. So,
yeah.
So the bring a partner to attend is what the opportunity you have is this. Number one, you're the evaluation panel. So the way that we usually have the conversation is, did your partner put an application in for the competition? Yes or no? And if they said yes, then we go, okay, what's their names, what their details, and you come back to me as fast as possible to let me know who they are, so that we don't accidentally send out an application, an email to them as well, because and that said, quite often it does. We do have partners who go and they both actually have great applications and both get an opportunity to have this conversation. So, but it's better if we can pull them out. So if they do have a partner, and if they do have an application in, then you go, okay, let me reach out to the team and see where their application is at. And if the application is at the level of the one that I'm reading of yours, or maybe they're in the same business with you, then I'm probably going to be able to have a, I may well be able to apply the scholarship award for them as well. If they've not put an application in, I like to play it a little bit harder, and from a perspective, a little bit harder. We need the application. They could come for $4,995 with you, and maybe they could save $500 for accommodation and food. But that's basically what you could say. It's $4,995. If a partner came with you to attend as well, usually would take $500 off that for the accommodation and the food aspect of it. But given that you're in the competition, and given that you could have them put an application in, so in other words, if they're really serious about coming, then send me an application. I'm going to send you an email after this. In return, a reply email to my email. Send their application in. I will assess it, or I'll get our panel to assess it, and potentially we could award them with a similar scholarship award to yours, if not the same.
Right.
So that's essentially it. We've got to obviously assess everybody, and give everybody the same opportunity as the next person. If they just want a partner to come and stay as a holiday, then the price would be probably around about $500 for them to be able to stay at the accommodation. It's about $100 a night. So that's kind of what I'd probably have there, but I will check the exact number of that.
Okay.
And of course, if they're bringing children or whatever else, then might be a bit more again. All right, check. Are you okay with the partner attending? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Okay. So there's really not much more to the conversation other than that. The final part that I want to probably have just as part of the script is how do we take them from Hilton, it sounds like everything is aligned. It sounds like you're able to make it. We can get you here. Your application is definitely at the level of this. I want to therefore, as part of the panel, congratulate you and invite you to attend the program. Congratulations, $2,500 towards your X Factor MBA Bali is now applied to you. Let's take you through the process. Let's get you in. They go, okay, great. What next? Okay, so the process is from here, and I'm going to give you a spreadsheet in a moment where basically you enter their details, and it goes exactly as if you were entering them into a database. Okay, let me just confirm. Your first name is, your surname is, how do you spell that again? Your email address is, your phone number is, and you're in what city again? Oh, yeah, good. So you definitely are in Melbourne. Like obviously confirm it if you've got it in front of you. All right. So how would you like to make payment? MasterCard, Master or Visa, Amex. Which one works for you? So they go, how much do I need to pay now? Okay, now we're in a conversation at this stage as part of the process of the negotiation of the payment plan. So, okay, great. It's going to be 2495. It's US dollars. So in your currency, well, there might be US dollars. So that's 2495. And can I get the accounts to make that payment today? No. Okay, great. Can we do it later this week? Well, let me just check to see something. Okay, you tell me how much can we take down as a deposit to secure your second prize position? You could take $500. Great. Can I take that today? Yes. Good. Okay. So now you put that down and you put that into the spreadsheet. If they're going, how much do I need to pay? Do you have payment plans? Yeah, we've got a payment plan. Given we're just a few months out, how about I split that in two for you? So 2495, just divide by two. There's no, won't put any finance charges on that, which is XYZ, which would be, $1,300 essentially, $1,200 something. So, you can have that conversation. If they're going, that's still too much, okay, let's get a deposit down, and then maybe we can split the next ones into 3 payments over the next 3 months. How does that sound? Oh, great. Okay, so each payment would be $700. If you put a $500 deposit, we'll just work out with them whatever it is. If at this stage they go, I'm not too sure I can afford it, whatever it might be. Okay. So the way to do it, or they're saying, I need to actually go speak to my significant other. The way that I love to term this is, what what the process is here, because like you're part of the process now. So the process from here is, let me get your credit card details. Tell me when you'll have had that conversation by, to confirm, money availability, whatever it might be. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put your details in here, and I'm going to put an agreement in for the accounts department to know to charge you on next week. Let's say next week Tuesday they can come back. So by next week Tuesday, if you haven't come back and you haven't changed anything, then I assume that everything's good and the team will continue as agreed in this conversation. And that secures your position. That secures your actual second prize scholarship. If I don't have that, it's not secured, and I cannot actually guarantee it'll even be available next time we speak, because I've got other people who are talking to the other short list with me, who are confirming people there. And when we hit that, when we actually hit capacity, then that'll be the end of what's available. And that's the truth of it. At the end of the day, if we hit capacity with Mike and Dave, they're going to put their hand up and say, guys, stop. we can't take any more people. Now, I don't even know where they are with that. So, I'm going to be obviously getting feedback from them as we go.
Yep.
So really what you want to do is secure the credit card. The credit card secures their place with an agreed payment of at least the first payment, but you might as well actually get all the payment plan in there, which is agreed at some level. And then so then that just says, okay, then so which credit card's going to work for you? Okay, good. Okay, now we're in there. We get that. You confirm with them. Yes, this is the date it's going to come out with. $500 on this credit card. Everything's great. Now I'm going to send you an email to confirm all of this, and there's a welcome email I'm going to give you guys. That's going to confirm, your program, your attendance, all the details. You'll see that I'm going to CC Mike, Landy, and Dave into that email, so you have direct access to those guys. You're also going to get immediate access to the A to Z of entrepreneurship. That's going to get you in there immediately online, learning a bunch of the base content that's going to be really eye-opening for you already, given that this is potentially your first or a new process for you. So that basically you want to just frame that up so they know what's about to happen, or part of the process conversation. And then basically, are there any last questions? Any last things you want to say to me? I just want to say to you before you do that I'm here for you. I'm totally committed to helping you get there. So you can just email me anytime. However, I'm going to give you the access to all of the support people who are going to be helping you get there as well. And then basically wrap up the call. Congratulations, and now you on to the next person. So that's essentially how you want to close this off. You want to actually take them through process, because when people are in process, then they follow the process with you. And if you don't actually frame it around process, they'll be able to pull you off track too easily in there. Oh, I can't afford it. I don't know if it's about time, or I want to bring my wife, or I need to ask her. All those questions can take you right off, and you won't then actually get to the final close. So that's the process you want to follow. And if you keep coming back to bringing them back into the process, then they will follow you. Does that make sense?
Yep, that's great.
Sweet. All right. So I've got a few more things to obviously update for you guys. But before I do that, are you okay? Do you guys need a break for 5 minutes at all? And then I want to just show you how to access your leads.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Perfect.
So let's come
Thanks,
back.
John.
Let's stay on this call, but let's come back in 5 minutes time. I just need to get a glass of water as well.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Steve. See you in a bit.
See you soon.
See you in a moment.
Okay.
Oh, how's Bali, Tyler?
Pretty good value. I mean, if you're in business and, you know, if that were offered to us when we were younger, like the, you know, Excel, you know, we'd absolutely grab it. Now, would you like a cup of tea or a coffee? That's 3 coffees in the morning, is that all right?
All right.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. We've got Hilton back here. Hey, Mr. Hilton. Cool.
Mr. John.
All right. Is this valuable, by the way? Are we getting through some core stuff for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is great. I think our conversion rate, our conversion rate needs to be really high on this.
Yeah.
It deserves to be. The program's just, I mean, it's such good value.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and that's going to help us just get clear on how we how this kind of shows up in our inbox. So I'm just loading some of my applications. I've got just too much open here. All right, that should be better. Right, so I'm going to share my screen so hopefully you can see this. Let me share the main one. So, Infusionsoft here. So have you both been able to access and or just log into Infusionsoft yet?
Yes.
Right. Have you had any experience with Infusionsoft then at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And while we're talking, we've just lost. I guess that's enough for now. Okay. So wait for Hilton to get back. So I'll just show you the actual campaign and the flow of things here at the moment, so you can get a sense of how this all rolls out. Then this is the actual campaign that we run the competition through. Oh, I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome back, Hilton.
Oh, thank you, John. Welcome back to you. You disappeared there for a minute.
Cool. All right. So I'm just sharing my screen. Can you see the Infusionsoft screen in front of you?
Yep, I can.
Yep.
So I'm just showing Glenn and you just like the actual overall flow of things. And I'm just going to walk you through this so you can see what's actually happening here. Essentially, what's happened so far for them, they were sent an invite, they put an entry in here, they got an email sent through here saying congratulations, and then they also got the X Factor book as part of their application. They actually got a link to the X Factor book so they could actually download that. And now the next thing that's about to happen is the first place winner announcement will go out once I've actually got that. That's been delayed. So what happens now is these two parts of the sequence get initiated. So Hilton and Glenn, you've both got your own sequences where basically I will go in and just initiate 10 people for you, or 15 or 20 people, and you'll just get in and you'll start talking to them. And what that does essentially over here, it creates an opportunity against your record. And the opportunity says this, it says X Factor competition, X Factor second prize, is all that it says there at the moment. And essentially that's going to go to, I think that one is for Glenn. So one of the things going to go to you, Glenn, and one's going to go to you, Hilton. And then that email that I just shared with you earlier, that I sent you an email, an example of, there's the email that goes out from Mike Hancock, which basically invites them to a conversation with you guys. Yeah. So that's going to go out.
Yep.
Basically, that's going to tag them, and basically it will have, no, that's not going to say there. It's basically going to say that it's been assigned to you with the tag. I'll show you that in a moment. I've pulled this next part out of there, so this part is not working on this campaign. I've pulled that out. Of course, this is an application only, and they haven't actually won anything until they've spoken to you. So the next part over here is what then becomes available to you as some automation. Now, I haven't set all of this automation up just yet. You'll see there's no linking between them. But essentially what I can do to make life a little bit quicker and easier for you is set up some automation for you to be able to reach out to people, or you can just reach out to them yourself. You just email back to them saying, hey, just got this email, or got feed into this email, and I just wanted to reach out and just see what time is suitable for you. So you can just do that rather than me actually setting up some automation, and you can just do that personally from your own email inbox. That way, at least you can do that. And how I can do that is then this email that goes out, the second place announcement, I can CC you into that, so that you actually got each one. So you might get 10 emails coming to your inbox, and you can basically just hit reply to all of those, reply to all, and then you'll end up replying to Mike as well as to the person, and that might be an easier way just to manage that first communication to them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
So if somebody decides to pass on their award, I'm going to initiate the competition loss sequence there for you, so that you can basically just go, thank you for participating, and basically just it automates it out. So when you move stages, but then before I get to that, I'll show you what it all means. So that's just an overview of the flow. It's pretty simple right now because we're doing it as an evaluation panel. So when you log in, have you been able to log in, Hilton, to your Infusionsoft?
No.
Okay. So at the moment, if for some reason it says Paula has been added to it. So let me just see what's happening. So users, Hilton Parker at 53 at Gmail. Is that the incorrect?
Could you please change that to Hilton P? Hilton P at iCloud.com. Okay.
I have permission.
Yeah. Okay.
Resend invitation.
Thank you.
All right. You can see Glenn already activated himself there. So just have a look to see if you can get yours up there as well. Did that email come through, Hilton? Okay.
I need to get rid of the screen so that I can.
So let's do this rather than you worrying about that. Let's take you through the training of this, or how you actually access it, and then jump on there and get in there straight away. So essentially what will happen is that you'll come through the initial registration page, and you'll end up at something like basic training. It'll ask you to do some basic training first. So you'll get this page here, and you go, okay, what do I do here? Don't worry about the basic training. It's just say move on, next, or skip training, whatever option you have. That should take you to either a dashboard or My Day. So it might take you to this page here, which is your My Day. Or it might take you to a page that looks like this. Again, it doesn't really matter where you end up, because essentially you're going to manage your entire suite. So whatever you end up, all you want to do is you want to go up to the V up at the top left-hand corner here, which gives you access to all of these different menus. And I want you to go under CRM and click on Opportunities.
Sorry, John. I lost your sound for a minute. Sorry, John. Lost your sound there for a tick.
Okay. You're back?
Yep.
up on this menu here, under CRM, click on opportunities.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do. And once you click on opportunities, it's going to give you this screen over here, which is basically a search screen. And all of your opportunities are going to show up by you looking at your search. So,
Okay.
Glenn, you don't have none of you have any opportunities until I hit the go button on those emails going out. So I'll do that straight after this call. So let me use one of our other people like Brandon. And basically, you're going to click on your name here. So your name will pop up here once you log in to that Hilton. And essentially, right up front, all the people are going to become new opportunities for you. So you click on new opportunity. If you don't click on anything, it doesn't really matter at this stage because you've got no other opportunities in the system for you right now because you're brand new to the system. So literally by clicking on your own name and hitting search, that's pretty much going to hand you them. But as you go forward and you go into new campaigns, you're going to have to be a bit more specific. So we're going to say your name here, you're going to say new opportunity. And then as you move people through the different opportunity stages, you might go, oh, I just want to look at the people I'm completing today. But I've got a few conversations and I know that somebody's already in the completing stage. I'll go through what the stages mean in a moment. But let's go into new opportunity now. And then up here, you've got different little tabs. So this gets more about the contacts, person details. Opportunity is quite nice because you can actually get it down to when the day of the opportunity was created. So I'm going to be passing you different. I'm passing you chunks of opportunities over the next few days. So today I'm going to pass you, let's say 10 or 15. Let's do 15. So we'll send you the first 15 opportunities. So that'll be done on date created. Essentially, if you put that to yesterday, to Sunday the 25th, that's going to find anything that's been created from Sunday the 25th until today. And it's good to do that because Infusionsoft runs on American time. So you've got to go back pretty fast. But in 3 or 4 days' time, you're going to put your hand up and say, John, can you send me some new opportunities, please? Then you might just want to just look at the ones from Tuesday that I send you. So then you click on that, okay? So you may not want to see them all at the same time. So that's quite nice to be able to do that for you. And then the miscellaneous criteria are the tags that are associated to it. So X Factor has a whole bunch of tags, and actually the only one that you need to look at right now is registered for X Factor competition. However, that's funny, the new one should be there already. The new one will say created as opportunity for Hilton, and the other one will say created as opportunity for Glenn. So there's going to be 2 new ones there who are just going to be your opportunities. This one is going to be all the competition. These are all the competition entrants at the moment. But I'm not going to put anything there because I'm just giving you an example right now of what will show up when you hit search. So I'm searching for Brandon's one right now. You can see Brandon's got a lot of leads and opportunities in there. So essentially, if I were to look at an application, it shows up like this. And it's going to show you 15 of them up front. Yeah?
Yep.
It'll show you the people's names, their phone numbers and stuff like that. And you'll see as you roll over them, there's a bunch of little icons that show up here. This one over here is the internal forms. This is the actual forms that they filled out to apply. So if you click on that, you'll see that their application form is going to be there. They may be on my database. They may have 10 different forms there, but just look for the one for the X Factor. Yeah. So I'm going to click on that, and that's going to show you their entry. Going to show their details, and then they're going to say, why should you and your business concept be chosen? Okay, this is for iLab. So this is a totally different program, but it's going to show up exactly the same way as this. So this is the application. You can read the application, go, okay, great, got it. And then you can close that off on the right-hand side here. Now you've got their information. Now, basically, all you want to do here is just click on the opportunity, Jonathan Field in this case. That's going to give you the screen over here where you just can work from. And essentially all you want to do here is once you've sent, like let's say your first post is, you've got all the emails coming to your inbox and you've sent and you've replied to each one of them. Say, hey, I've just been CC'd. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Let me know when you're available. So let's say you've just sent 10 of those emails to the 10 people or the 15 people, then come in here and change each person to prospecting. So you know that you've taken, the difference between new opportunity and prospecting is that you've reached out to them somehow. You may have sent them an SMS, you may have sent them an SMS and an email, you may have sent them a contact request on Skype, whatever you've done, and if you may have done multiple, that's your intent, your change of stage from new opportunity to prospecting. You haven't actually had a physical conversation with them yet. Now, if you have, they've already jumped on there and you've had a call with them, they've emailed you back straight away saying, hey, can you call me now? Sure, you jump on. They may still have been a new opportunity because they just reached out to you straight away. And you get on the call and you speak to them, and they actually only have 5 minutes. And they go, oh, can we book another time? What about? Then you can change it to appointment booked on call or something like that, or appointment booked online. If they booked an appointment online, in other words, they emailed back and said, I've got time at this time and that time, then that's just to know that they've just emailed you that. They booked it on a call, it means that you've actually spoken to them at some level. And if they miss their appointment, then you can move them up to rescheduling appointment. Okay, so now you've had a conversation. We've had the conversation that we just went through on the sales script, and they said, well, I'm going to have a conversation this weekend. Can you call me back next Monday? Sure. Now we're in a position where they've had to make a decision. It's a decision-making call. They had to do some activity that was a decision-making activity. So now we're on completing. So you're in that conversation. You've got, great, I'll call you on Tuesday. Now you change them to completing, because this is now at 80%. 80% that they're going to come, 80% plus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then finally, you made the sale, you put the details in, and you change it to sale. So now you know that that's done. Don't worry about, and of course, if they're a pass and you've said, no, this is clearly not the right opportunity for you right now, then they've passed on the application to someone else. And then you can just select one of the options on why it wasn't right for them. Yep. Don't worry about the last chance email just yet, and until next week, because then anybody who you haven't connected with, you haven't been able to speak to, and we're getting close to the end of next week, we'll send them a last chance email that says, hey, we're closing this whole thing up. We've been trying to reach you. We'd love to talk to you about your application. See if you could potentially win one of these awards. But we close on the 8th, and if you can't get hold of us, then obviously you've missed out. So that's the last chance from there. So essentially, that's what you want to do there. You can pop in opportunity notes over here if you want to do that. Just just add in notes as you go through. You can do that just by scrolling down here and just go add a note. So just on this page here, you've got all sorts of things. You can add an appointment, you can add a note, or whatever it might be, if you want to do that on your side. You don't need to use this system for the appointment. You can just use that in your own system. But add notes where applicable. For us, for us to be able to also follow up, but also for you to be able to have them there next time you have a conversation with them. Last part of this. Let's say we're now in completing or you're in a sale, and you're about to send them some information that's going to lead them to the sale, or they've made a commitment and they're a sale. The thing that you're going to need to do is then send them an email. Okay? So the send email is a scroll down there, down that page, and then over here you'll see that there's a thing called template that you can click on. That I will have some templates for you in a moment. So I'm going to use the Soul Journey ones just so you can see. Soul Journey, where are they? Here we go, soul journey. So completing and sale. So like you can see there's 3 emails that I'm going to be putting in here. So here's the completing email for soul journeys. So I'll change, obviously give you your own new ones for X Factor. So look for the X Factor in the beginning there. And there's going to be 3 templates. One is going to be completing, one's going to be sale, and one is going to be ending your time. So basically what it's going to do, it's going to take the person's name and put it into this email for you. So you'll see already Jonathan Field, our conversation, Jonathan, your scholarship application for the, and obviously it's going to say the 6 days, Entropy, X Factor, and Bali MBA. And it's going to have this email in here. And essentially what you want to do here is change whatever the program is. Oh, and this, well, you won't have changed it because that's going to say X Factor MBA Bali. It's going to have all this information in there. And then you're going to change, the payment plan if they've got a payment plan, or you're going to delete that out. Yep.
Yep.
And you'll see already that here's what you actually get. So I'm going to obviously keep a bunch of all this in here, which is the 3-day MBA Bali in there and stuff like that. So that's going to go out to them as a completing one. So the completing one is, again, I need to go speak to Sarah, my partner, and I need the weekend to do that. Great. I'll send you an email with all the details so you can show her and speak to her about that. Great. So this is the email to follow that. Plus, it's already got an agreed payment plan in there because you're going to get their credit card details. If they decide definitely we're not going to give you credit card details, can't commit to a payment plan or anything like that, that's great. Okay, then we just pull all that information out, or you put in a TBA next to it if you want to do that. But you want to keep obviously the pricing in there, the actual investment amount, which is obviously 2.95. So I'll duplicate these for you, and you can therefore then send. But that's basically it. Once you've done that, you're going to just select your name. That's going to come from Glenn, and then you can hit basically send. Boom, off it's going to go, and it's going to go to that person, and it's going to save it against their name. So you'll see over here. Here's all the emails that have gone out to the people. So you'll see once you hit send, that'll pop up in this list over here at the bottom. So you can also see if they've opened or not opened it at that time when you come back. Yep. Exact same thing with the sale. Made the sale, I've got the details, send an email, bump in here, and then click on the template. And what you're going to find then is under, please select the template. You're going to find the soul journey one, which is not the soul, the X Factor one, which will be, X Factor sale, congratulations and welcome. So you're going to select that, click submit. It's exactly the same format as before. The only thing here is that additionally, it'll BCC everybody in here and CC everybody in here who needs to be in here. So there's Mike's email address, there's Dave's email address, there's Landy Jack's email address, their personal email addresses. Plus, it's going to email Minna, who runs the accounts, and it's going to email me as well. It's not going to need to email all of these other ones. Yeah, and then basically you do exactly the same here. Congratulations, here's your payment plan. All this information is all already done. It's going to put your name in there, etc., etc., etc. So you just got to just have a look at it, make a few small adjustments, hit the send button. Or select that it's coming from you, hit the send button, and you're done. And everybody's been alerted to that. Everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Glenn, how are you going with this?
Yep, that's good. Yep, that'll be right.
That's pretty much it. So that's all you got to do. So once you've done that, you've gone, okay, I'm finished. At the very top, it says back to search results. Okay, click on search results. Okay, what am I going to do next? All right, good. Now, next person. Oh, well, okay, let's click on her. Let's go through the process with her. So you can do exactly the same thing here with each person, and you'll see even just by going straight to this thing, the form submitted is all the way down here as well. So you can just go all in one place. So you can just literally click on the next person, click on the finish with that one. Okay, next one. Third person down the list. Boom. And then, of course, if you're just searching for new opportunities and you're changing those opportunities to prospecting, they'll fall out of the list because you're only searching for new opportunities. Yeah? So then each time you change them to prospecting, then they won't show up. So then when you go back to this list, the next person at the top will be the next person in your new opportunity list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. That's pretty much it. I've got this recording, so I'm going to send this off to you. Can you see how you can go just with logging in, Hilton?
Yep.
And probably in the next hour, in about an hour's time, those emails will start going out. I'll let you know when they've gone out. Well, you'll know because you'll get the emails. I'm going to actually get you CC'd into the email that goes out.
Yeah.
And basically, you can be responding to people from your inbox just by replying to them, and the email that's coming out from Mike to them to set up the framework of what's next.
Okay, so rather than waiting for their response, we can just go, the email goes out, leave it a little while, and then contact and say this is a follow-up to that email that was sent out from Mike.
Absolutely.
Fine.
So the last thing that needs to happen is your sales spreadsheet. So your sales spreadsheet is, I asked Mia to set that up for you.
Yeah, I think that came through to me earlier.
Has that been set up? Yeah.
Yeah, it came through this morning.
Can you just give me the link of that? Can you find that link quickly? Did you get the link to that as well?
Yeah, I have a spreadsheet. Yep. Do you want the link?
Yeah, please just pop that into the chat here. Just a link on that. So that spreadsheet then essentially is where you're going to register each one of the sales in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the criteria for you to register them in there is that you have a credit card, or you've got an agreement for them to make a deposit, and you've given them the details for the bank, and you have the date that they're going to deposit that amount on. Generally, if they're going to be doing a bank deposit, not generally, if they're doing a bank deposit, it's not going to be a payment plan. They're paying the whole lot bank deposit. If it's a payment plan, it has to be credit card, or if they really can't do credit card, you can do PayPal. So let's do credit card instead. So I just want to confirm that none of you have to actually do the payment. How it works is, remember the process I was talking to you about? Okay, what's your name again? Oh, yeah, Hilton Parker. Yeah, great. Email address is hilton@mycloud.com. That's great. Yeah, and your phone number is what? And your city is Houston City. Yeah, great to be great. And what I don't know what that is. And the program you're coming to is X Factor. And then you put the amount in here, which is 2495. We don't need currency because it's all US dollars. Okay, so what card type, which card would you like to use? Oh yeah, it's going to be Master. And then what's the number, what's the expiry? And then over here, the first date is the first payment date. So here you want to put in, let's say they're going to make the first payment tomorrow, the 27th of September 16. You put that in there, so our accounts department know what to do, and you put the first amount. Let's say it's a deposit of $500. Great, you put that there. So now you've got that there, and they know what to do. That's pretty much most of what you're going to do. The final part of what I want you to do, just in here, where it says payment plan notes, is write in deposit of $500, then $700 on the 15th of October, and monthly from then. So now I know that all 15th of October, 15th of November, and 1st of December. Because obviously we need to have them paid up before they come.
Sorry, where is that payment plan notes?
Just along,
Just scroll.
Yeah, just scroll to the right.
Okay, I didn't scroll far enough.
Yeah, AJ.
AJ. Yep, got it. Okay.
Cool. Now then you'll also see other ones a little bit further along, like payment fail notes and stuff like that. If for a reason they fail, Mina will write in the payment fail notes over there. She will follow them up first. She will follow them up and she'll give them, she's got a 10-day process to get a payment in. She's got multiple emails and multiple ways of reaching out to them. If after 10 days she cannot get to them, she will email you and she'll say, this person I've not been able to get hold of, their payment didn't go through, and you'll see it in here because it'll look like this. It'll actually have a red part over the amount of money that they were supposed to pay. If it's green, then you know they paid. So if you'll see on the left-hand side over here, paid, upcoming, failed, on hold, or special pricing. Those are the different colors. So what you're going to pretty much see is there, now that they've paid, it's upcoming. In other words, the payment's due tomorrow or the next day or in a month or what it might be. That didn't go through. On hold is because they're in a conversation back with you again to renegotiate or it might be. And then special pricing is if you decide to give them an extra $100 spending money in your conversation. That's up, that's probably not too relevant in this one yet. So that's essentially it. Really, really simple for us to kind of go through that. And are you guys happy with what that looks like?
Yeah, I think so. For me, it's just a case of playing around with it for a bit, I think.
Yeah. Well, get your first sale and then put it in.
Yeah, good idea. Best way to learn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Infusionsoft getting the email sequence right for me. I just got to go over the recording to know what I'm doing there.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So really simple. First email will go out. It'll end up in your inbox. It's the email that's going to them to say congratulations. We're reaching out to have a conversation with you to assess if you are right for potentially a second prize. You're going to just jump in there and you're going to respond to that email. And people are then going to respond with you and they're going to book up times with you to actually have a conversation. That's the most
that goes out automatically, does it, that one?
Yes. That'll be
the initial one.
I'm going to be putting 15 of those through first for you, each, so that you'll see literally 15 emails will come in back to back. And you'll see the name of the person is going to, you'll see their email address, and just hit reply to all on that, and just reach out to them immediately, and write up what you want to write up, and then copy and paste it into each one. So it's really quick and easy for you, and that at least then get you to a stage of I've reached out to all my people. Then you can go into Infusionsoft and change it to prospecting for each one of them, and then just start calling. If literally the way that Hilton knows how I like to operate. Send out the emails. Do that. It might take you 15, 20 minutes to do that. And then jump on a call. First person on the list. Then we call them and just say, hey, this is Glenn here. I'm just reaching out. I've just sent you an email, and I thought I'd just jump on a call anyway and have a conversation with you. So like you can just go straight in there, because we don't need to wait for people to book appointments, because people are busy and they may not even see the email. It might go into spam, or might just get lost, or they just are too busy. So the whole point here is we call them anyway, even if they don't respond to that. And every time we call them, there is not one person ever that goes, oh, who are you? Go away. Sometimes they do ask who are you, and sometimes they go, what competition? Like that's going to happen. And then you remind them, oh yeah. Like I know what you mean. I can't even remember what I had for dinner last night. So you remember like 2 weeks ago, Mike and Dave and Mike Hancock, Dave
Rogers.
Rogers and Andy are running a competition for the X Factor Entrepreneur X Factor in Bali, and you put an application. I have it in front of me. It's an awesome application. Well done. And you can even start reading it back to them. This is what you said. Oh, okay. Eventually they're going to remember. so yeah, start reaching out straight away for them. Those emails I'll have in Infusionsoft by the time you're ready to send one out. Unless of course you make a sale within the first 8 minutes, which we have done in previous campaigns.
Right. John, their applications were purely written. There wasn't any, they didn't do any videos. There was nothing like that. It was just a written application. This is who I am, this is what I'm doing.
There may be videos is always the answer, because we do always give them an opportunity to upscale their application. You'll see that in the text of their application. They'll actually have the link to their video. So you're welcome to watch that.
Thank you.
Be careful not to get caught up too much in the conversation or in these things. You only need to read a bit about the application and then just jump in. Cool. You guys feeling confident?
Will do.
Yep. Now, I've got a couple of quick questions, John. First one is, you said you're going to send us 12 or 15 each for a start.
Yeah.
But you said at the start of the conversation there were 12 people who had been shortlisted as ideal second place getters. So how does that fit in?
No, those first 12 are ideal first place winners.
Okay.
So
they're ideal first place winners, and so you're saying that we're not getting access to them just yet?
Not until we've decided who the first place winner is. So all the other people outside of that are definitely second prize winners, who have a application at the high enough standard, and therefore you can talk to them straight away. We know that they're not up for winning first prize.
Sure, that's fine. So that's great. We now know that that's them. John, you were going to get a bit more information on how many days and so on from Dave. Could you get the exact dates, or do we have the exact dates of the whole 6 days?
Yeah, I will get that for you in a moment. That's
Thank you.
really important.
Yeah.
So let me put that in there.
Lovely.
Right. I'll get that all sorted for you, and let's see if we can let's see if we can get those emails out to them first, so at least that you can see that they've been reached to, and then just send for now over the next hour or so, get those emails sent back to them so that they know who you are, even though you're introduced in the email to them. I do need your Skype address, Glenn.
Glenn, GLENN 1036.
1036.
Glenn 1036 1036.
1036. Right.
What your date of birth is it, Glenn?
No, it's not. 1036. I can't even work that out.
It sounds harsh.
No, sorry, mate.
Right, I'll just send you that. I'll put that into there. Hilton, I can just use your normal Skype address there.
Yeah, please.
Cool. I'll put those in. I'll send those emails out, so that obviously populates the email for you. You'll see them all coming through with your details in it to them. And
fantastic.
Those final few details within the next, hopefully a couple of hours. When I think Mike wakes up in about 2 hours. Dave will do that.
Perfect.
Thank
you, John.
Thanks, John. Can I just run over the, actually I could read this just to know what the competition, the prize, I just need to know the prize and the value, all that sort of thing. I'll read through the updated script. I sort of got lost there in the beginning. Okay.
Wonderful.
Yep. Thanks.
I'm
Yep.
good.
I'll look forward to the recording. How soon did? Thanks.
I'll have that for you real soon.
Thanks very much. Okay. Something's odd there. Okay. See you. Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you, Hilton.
You too, Glenn. See you.
Nice to meet you, John. Bye.
That's a nice one.